Man, this is super laggy. I should have fucking reset my computer first, but whatever. If it's too laggy, I'll just stop. Because doing fucking break the targets with a laggy computer is so annoying. Ugh.
I have the brown cheese.
Oh, let's go. Let's go, cold pigs. Cold cheese. With the brown cheese. Yeah, I'm lagging like hell, dude. I'm lagging like crazy. Like, the music's like pausing and everything. Let me close some stuff. I'll close this. Yeah, let's close everything that I don't need open. Honestly. I hope you're having a good day, cold cheese. How's the audio? Can you hear me? And can you see the screen? Is it actually showing anything? On stream, nothing like that. I usually just do these unlisted for my... Right, let's try and connect this. Is this out of battery, maybe? Okay. Okay, gotta restart the game. That's why I wasn't fucking moving. Alright. Just reloading the game. An error occurred while launching the game. Game is already running. Oh, jeez. That's fantastic. I love Steam. Okay, got it back up. Got it back up. Eventually we'll be able to see the game.
If you've got a full belly, prepare yourself because you might just puke upon seeing and listening to this unbelievable, embarrassing cringe. This is the worst flirting, the worst attempt at wooing a potential romantic interest I have ever seen. This is like playing a visual novel and then scaring away all of your potential love interests at once and getting the worst ending. Now, I'd like to give a bit of context here to the situation before we really dive into the meatballs from our spaghetti entree of cringe. A user, as well as videos, from a random guy who had reached out to her on Facebook because he had seen her on a dating app.
Jesus,
the two
so laggy.
didn't even match. And I guess
Why is Critical playing?
I like listening to Critical.
Because they were
Sue me.
destined to be lovers. It was fate that was.
You know, I might even
together,
just switch
but
off the music and just make
unfortunately,
Critical's
technology
voice.
had a malfunction.
Because the music
So
keeps fucking
he took
pausing
matters into
anyway.
his own hands, tracked her down on Facebook, of which she had no connection to the dating.
You don't
app.
like
She
these
didn't
like
connect any
fucking
of her
cringe
socials to the
stories
dating
about
app,
like
so he did some super sleuthing
people
to find her on Facebook
doing
and
creepy
reach
text
out to her
messages?
there to try and win her heart. And let's see how that went. Kelsey! I love that intro right there. It's
Oh, this
straight
is
out
so
a scary
laggy, dude.
movie, like that old commercial. What's up? He's coming at
Well, maybe
it like
the
their
lag will
best
help.
friends from way back in the day. He then executes Order 66 and kills all.
I think this is also the first time I'm doing this without
He goes,
alcohol.
I mean,
Like performance-enhancing
okay,
drugs.
Shit. Mayhaps that was a tad overly enthusiastic for a stranger danger message on a sunny Friday morning. There is so much quirk to the way that he texts that I'm getting uncomfortable. I can say with a high level of confidence that he is definitely in some kind of theater troupe because he is typing like he's acting out some kind of skit for a play. It's a little much here.
Oh
My
man,
bad.
I
Let's
forget the
go
muscle
with,
memory completely.
I can explain. Fuck yeah, that works. Then drops a couple of emojis and then one of these bad boys. How she didn't immediately fall in love with this man is beyond me. This is aggressive. And it's already creepy because it's a complete stranger who saw her on a dating app and then tracked her down in order to, you know, really directly communicate with her. So, let's go over where things went wrong here. I'll go ahead and get the playbook out like John Madden and say where everything fell apart for the offense. From the start, basically.
It's actually so laggy, dude. I don't know if I can do this right now.
From what he tried to do here.
That's a shame. I just wanted to do this for a couple hours or something.
Texting like you're talking to yourself during the text. Like when you say something like, Kelsey, oh wait, shit, mayhaps that was a tad too far on a stranger danger sunny Friday afternoon. Goodness gracious, how do I save this? Like that is so fucking lame. That is shameful. That is just downright shameful. I am shocked he didn't drop like an asterisk nuzzles you, and then an asterisk, you there? Yeah, and then one of those emojis. So she said, sorry, do I know you? And then it reactivates
baby.
This cringe protocol. He says,
Hey Dara, use the living room
no,
PC.
we don't know each other. Sincere apologies.
I'm just too lazy, dude. The only reason I'm doing it here is because I didn't want to get out of bed.
Dropping subterfuge here.
This is literally the only reason.
Creepy approach to a stranger. If you give me the tiniest bit of room, I'd be happy to explain. I reckon that said explanation will bring laughs and smiles. P.S. I'm trying to rope you into a pyramid scheme to sell fancy Tupperware. Yet. He's trying very hard to be self-aware, and when he starts sending his voice memos to her, he reiterates 1,000 times like, this is weird, you're probably gonna think I'm weird, and then just keeps doing it. He sends so many voice messages that go for a long,
Do you guys ever do creepy voice messages?
My voice crack
I fucking hate voice messages, dude.
Embarrassing it is.
Unless it's like a drunk
You wanna know
person.
the wildest
That could be
part?
kind of funny.
I'm getting ahead of myself, and it's a spoiler. He has done this to multiple women, apparently. Other women have come forward after
this is like
and all of
not
this,
it today.
the receipts here and all that went viral with other women.
I can also
their
unlist the
interactions with him, and
not
even
unlist. I
uses,
can make
like,
the unlisted
exact same lines on other
attempts
women,
live
which is
as well.
really odd considering that has to be a 0% success rate. These,
Here, just
these
keep doing
can't
it
be
until I
working
start getting
well
consistent.
at all. It's so weird. So she decides to play ball here and open Pandora's box to see what comes out. She says, explain away. And he gives a brief, you know, cool guy thing. Oh god, I just spent 60 minutes singing to seniors and man am I drained. But fuck it, I can do this. He's hyping himself up in the text messages he's sending to this girl. It is so embarrassing, and he keeps doing it. But it gets worse because right after that, he sends a voice message.
Hey Kelsey, how's it going? Don't mind me, I fucking hate texting. I think we're all better without it, so I usually use one of these when I can. Also, I don't know if you've ever seen that Key and Peele skit, but that's how I feel about texting. I could go on. Anyway, I just want you to know right off the bat, I fully accept how fucking weird this is. I'm sorry, but like I said, I think if you give me a second, you'll probably end up laughing, and not that you need my permission, but feel free to just laugh directly at me for being a fucking idiot, for I am surely about to embarrass myself right now.
I do appreciate your stamp of approval. I and everyone else will be laughing directly at you for this, and I appreciate that you recognize what an unbelievably weird thing it is to do. I don't know why you keep doing it. This is the first of many voice messages he sends, even after recognizing this immutable fact that it is weird and embarrassing.
And sorry for the delay. I was gonna get back to you, but someone called about a gig tomorrow. I'm trying to help them find a musician. Also, I'm not sure if I'm fucking funny anymore. I just spent 60 minutes, like I said, playing guitar and singing to a room full of senior citizens, but the room was stuffy and hot. I had to do it with a surgical mask on, and I'm not sure if I have any funny or social energy left, but I'm gonna try and fake it right now.
It's like,
so
who the fuck asked this guy
to
do this?
I'm a fucking idiot.
People are fucking deluded, bro.
He's actually treating this like it's some kind of movie audition. What are you talking about? I also just, I love that he immediately makes himself seem like super busy, like, hey, sorry for the delay, I know you were waiting on bated breath for my explanation, but
Stream
I had to
QNFO.
help very big
Stream
musicians
what?
find a gig. You may have heard of them before,
Whatever
Bring Me the
reach out.
Horizon.
Honey Pop?
Yeah,
We could do the Honey Pop
so
reviews dash stream
I had a lot
next
going
when we're
on,
actually streaming.
I was double
I'm kind of
booked,
just
so
doing
I
this
had
to
give them a
record,
different band. You
like,
may have heard of them,
runs for
Metallica.
myself,
But
if I'm being
anyway,
honest.
let me go ahead and explain what's going on. I just finished one of my own gigs, in fact, so I'm a little drained, but don't be
Pop.
perturbed because I'm gonna do my best to fake it. So stay tuned for part 2. It's coming right up. like he's about to go through his stand-up.
Man, this is
comedy
pissing me
routine,
off.
which, you don't want.
I really hate this.
Trench is
I want
what
to do.
did
I
for a
want to
couple
do
years,
the
so I
fucking
definitely
target
know
as
I
this.
identified the kind
Oh
of
my
person
god,
I'm
it's so
like,
laggy, dude.
If nothing else, the world would be better.
Maybe I just reset my PC and do it again.
First of all, I never fucking see that shrug emoji. No one else uses it. It's typed into my phone. If I type shrug with 2 G's, it just shows up. Same thing on my laptop. Like, I'll use it in work emails. Fuck it. So right away, I'm like, interesting. I don't get it, though. She's cute. For how pretty she is, she should be boring. Why does she seem kind of strange in a good way?
That's a spectacular start.
That's like
right
the
there.
fucking worst thing you can
like,
say,
she's
dude.
kinda pretty, so why isn't she like a fucking lobotomite, boring dumbass? Like, she used an emoji that I really like. And she's pretty. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Pretty women can't have a personality, but you're like,
I basically have to be at this point up here
all of science
when
right now.
when the timer has a
He's just going
5
on
on
about
it.
this fucking shrug emoji. He's talking
My
about
fastest
her
one,
bio on the
my
dating
fastest
site.
first
He
segment
just really
was up there.
fixates on that. That
It
shrug
takes like
emoji is
a
like
second to
Cupid's
do
arrow to
this
guy. He
thing.
fell in love instantly when he saw it in her bio.
So if I have a
I don't
5
know why
here,
he thought it was a
that means it
compliment to
guarantees
say
a
that
6
she's
as
like
long as I don't mess up
strange
the
and
end.
different in a good way because pretty women are like boring or whatever. Insinuates that a pretty girl can't have a personality. I don't know what the thought process was with that
Dude,
approach, but it's definitely a
I don't know
bold
if it's
play.
like visibly laggy,
I
but
think
it's
you said
so
something about
fucking
live music.
laggy.
My job is actually live music. I play guitar and sing. I do about 25 shows a month. I know it sounds made up. I feel like I invented a job. It's redonkulous, but I live very comfortably. Life is good. I do play at a lot of retirement homes, and it's great for my self-esteem, Kels, as I am a big hit with women over 80.
Timeout. Timeout. Technical foul here. He just dropped a redonkulous. He just said redonkulous. And then not only that, in his only second voice message here, he's already just calling her Kels. They're not even on like a first name basis. They're not acquaintances. These are 2 complete strangers, and he's already giving her like a nickname. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, and just the night before, I'd been talking to one of my best friends in the world, Roxy. Just people that like match you and they just write hey. So if someone writes hey, I just write hi. And if someone writes sup, I go nothing much, you. And like people that match me and clearly haven't read my fucking bio, folks will match and be like, so what do you do for a living? I'm like, come on, Chelsea. Like, yeah, you're kind of cute, but I'm pretty damn sweet. Try harder.
Why are you even talking about this? You're like trauma dumping on this complete stranger right now that you've tracked down from a dating app to try and communicate directly with because you didn't match with her. What the fuck is this? Now you're just going on about like, oh, dating apps are so weird. People just say like, hey, when I'm like, hi. You don't know how to have a conversation. You didn't read the bio that I painstakingly typed up. I spent a long time on that bio and now I'm offended. Ridiculous. Excuse me, redonkulous.
I don't know. It's just to see someone mention.
I wish it was
bio,
closer so I could just do
I
this.
can see you feel the same as me. Yeah, if people, I always think that effort should match interest in dating. So if you're curious if someone's interested or not, remember that scene with Justin Long and what's her face in that movie about dating? Is it he's just not that into you? And he's like, if the guy's interested, he will call, and it's true. So I found a line a couple years ago, and it's like, effort will always match interest. It will show you how interested someone is. And like, I'm pretty goddamn sweet, and I am not.
What does
that
I'm
lonely,
sweet
bored,
mean?
or horny. I'm not going to take breadcrumbs from someone if I want a sandwich. So if someone hits me with a hey or a hi, you can go fuck yourself.
He's just sounding like a complete unhinged asshole here. It's not that deep. What do you mean they could just go fuck themselves? But no one's even, like, what does this have to do with anything in this situation? This isn't even flirting. This is just blurting. He's just blurting out all of the most nonsensical shit in his head right now to a complete stranger. And not only that, this is probably not even his first take. I bet he recorded this like 10 times until he had one that was like, this is the one. This was smooth. And that's what we got here. We got the final product. This isn't even like the first draft, I doubt. Which is, that's mind-blowing.
Worth more. Damn it. This is where the Kelly Clarkson song comes in. Yeah, no, your bio is just, there was so much intentional effort put in.
Man, anyone that
Honestly,
talks
the more I
about
scroll
bio
down
this
the pics, I'm
much
like, this does not match up.
just wants to
I don't
shag.
want to sound like an asshole. Like, attractive people can also be interesting and funny, but it's just incredibly rare. I speak for myself, because I'd like to consider myself one of those.
That's the end of chapter 2 from the voice memos, but don't worry, there's still a finale, and it's the extended director's cut. The next one's over 5 minutes long. Also, he doubles down on this whole like, yeah, you're like pretty, but you have a personality, which that just does not happen. I don't know why he thinks that that's some kind of like grand compliment. It's very odd. Now before playing the 5-minute 30-second monologue here. He must have seen that she listened to it. He's like, ha, gotcha. Yeah, I
Brain
gotcha.
fart.
Red-handed, you listen to it. Curiosity got the better of you. And then she says, dude, so you saw me on Bumble and found me on Facebook? How? Clearly very creeped out by it, understandably. And then he goes, oh, I honestly just typed in Kelsey and I guess I got lucky. I figured because you put live music, we
I
might
guess
have
I
some
got
friends
lucky.
in common or something. I blame Zuckerberg and then laughing emoji. Which contradicts everything that he's said here because he's constantly talking and referencing her bio, which I think is referring to her dating profile bio, especially because he does mention like online dating with Hayes and highs and shit. So I don't even know why he thought that would somehow save the situation. Like, she'd be fooled by it.
For the love of fuck. I was like 2 minutes into one, and it was awesome and funny, and I was so proud of it, and then someone called me again about a gig this evening, and it's like, you know that thing where your friends know
Who the
you're
fuck
going
says,
on a date
for
or
the
something,
love of
and then
fuck?
that's when they decide to call? Jesus Christ.
Excellent. Chef's kiss. This is how you start a romantic message. Ah, for the love of fuck. I was in the middle of something spectacular. You were gonna love it, Kels. You were gonna love it. Trust
After a
me.
while, I might
But
actually
then one
attempt
of my
the
fucking
Optimus
asshole
strat.
friends called me about a gig because I'm so busy
that.
being a successful live musician.
I tried
Can
to
you believe
input in the
that?
first
Can you
frame
believe that?
for
It's like
after
those things,
go.
you know, where like
Did I just
we
get a
both go on
blow?
dates, right? I go on dates. Clearly, you go on dates, and sometimes when you're just busy, people call. It's Jesus Christ.
But yeah, no, your bio is just the fucking bee's knees. I mean, listen, top 3 in like the hundreds or thousands I've seen, it was just, I don't know, I'm a very good judge of character, and you just seem like my kind of person. And I'm not saying we're star-crossed lovers. I don't know you, and you don't know me.
That's 100% correct. You don't know each other. So why are you doing this? This is not how you get to know someone. This is concerning. Also, you should never admit to seeing hundreds or thousands of dating profile bios. That makes you sound very desperate.
Really
That you
dumb.
spend all of your time on these dating apps,
So stupid.
perusing it, cruising around, and if you don't match with someone you found attractive or interesting based on their bio, you go out of your way to find them elsewhere to try and talk to them, which is very scary behavior.
I fully accept how strange and unconventional this is. I got a vibe, and I figured I gotta go with it. I was like in a really good mood that day. I don't know. I'm totally winging it. But yeah, a lot of my close friends are women, and everyone unfortunately has a couple stories of having to block someone's number, or an ex just won't leave them alone, or go to the cops. Fuck, dude, I've had to block a few numbers of crazy people that didn't know they were crazy. So I really, really apologize sincerely if this in any way like triggered that, or it was weird or whatever. Kelsey, that's the furthest thing from my intention. I just wanted to say howdy, and I figured if I talk like an idiot, you'd probably feel like I did after I looked at your file.
It's so close. He's teetering on the edge of self-awareness. Him saying all of this out loud should have led to this eureka moment where he was overcome with immense shame. And he just presses the eject button and deletes the voice memo and doesn't continue this conversation. Like,
He's in too deep,
clearly
dude.
pointing out just how weird all of this is. He's even going into all of his friends are women who, you know, have stories about having to block crazy people who didn't know they were crazy. Like, case in point, what you're doing here, but you keep trying to, like, make it seem like it's not weird, even though you do keep acknowledging how weird it is. So, like, you're fighting, like, a battle against yourself in your own messages. You are calling yourself out in front of the person that you're talking to as well. It's really weird.
Oh, okay. It's not fair. You've seen mine, or sorry, I've seen yours and you have not seen mine. If you want, I will screenshot my Bumble bio. I'm quite proud of it. I think it's pretty fucking good. It represents me well. And what else would I want to know if I was you? Gee, I'm like 6 feet tall, pretty damn handsome. I'd give me like a 7. No, like a 7.5 out of 10 looks wise. I mean, to my knowledge, no one has dated me for my abs or my hair. I'm guessing it's because I'm funny and honest and clearly very humble.
Stream this early. What's going on?
It's not a job interview, bro.
Oh,
You
dude,
don't
I'm just
need to be giving your
doing some
resume here.
runs.
Brother,
Target test.
just stop.
And because it's so early, I'm not drinking alcohol.
Please.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Also, can't read chat, but thank you for using TGS.
Fucking good lately. I got a tan.
Stream's probably gonna not be too much more than this. Might do a different stream later on in the evening.
Big feet.
But right now, I just want to practice this.
You're scaring me.
Yeah.
You're scaring me. Why would you do that? What? from way downtown here, he's throwing up a crazy jump shot. He immediately goes into, I've got big feet. You know what that means, baby girl. Oh my lord, please, have mercy, have mercy. Why?
What else? I feel like I didn't tell you enough about the bio too. That shrug emoji was just, if nothing else, the fact that like you look like a Disney princess and you use that, I'm like, fuck it, I gotta talk to her. So, oh, I was definitely getting strong Kirsten Bell vibes too, and she's awesome. I don't know if you listen to her husband's podcast, Armchair Expert with Dak Shepard.
The best thing to tell a woman is they look like someone else.
One of my favorite episodes, actually, is it Lauren Graham that plays Lorelai? She was on there. Anyway, I am all over the fucking place, as is my job.
You're also all over the place in this one-sided conversation. Now you're shouting out podcasts, talking about fucking shrug emoji again.
I wonder if that side view would hit. It'll still be too slow, though, probably.
It's hurting me listening to this. Let this be a lesson to everyone out there watching this. Just don't do anything even remotely like this. Never engage in a one-sided conversation where you have to be the one filling in blanks in a conversation that doesn't really exist.
But I'm sitting here, a middle-aged guy in his car with the AC on and a SpongeBob shirt, and I would call this like the technological version of, you know, when like Noah stops Allie in the Notebook and he's like, I had to talk to you. Let me see something I want. Yes, I just made a Notebook reference. I don't know. I'm being a total idiot right now. So if nothing else,
this guy's
I
cringe.
have a laugh and a smile, and you can fucking make fun of me to your friends. I don't know. Now you have a solo podcast for a guy that makes like $6,000 a month on a microphone, being an idiot.
He was right. This is something that everyone can laugh about and have a big smile on their face, making fun of this whole situation. And then out of nowhere, he drops like his salary from his job, like to flex. He just like slides that in there, which I mean, it's an interesting strategy yet again. This guy's got a wild book of tricks.
I'm sorry, I don't normally bring up money, but I feel like I created my job out of thin air, and like I just submitted my 2022 taxes, and shit's been getting so much better the last few years, so I'm quite proud of it. That wasn't me trying to impress you though with money. I've got way more impressive shit than that. It just slipped out. I hope we can still be friends. Anyway,
Why leave it in there then? You saying that clearly made you uncomfortable. You could have just deleted this and just tried again. Though I don't think you should have tried again regardless. This shouldn't have happened to begin with, but you yourself just made yourself puke in your mouth when you said your $6,000 a month out loud like that as like a flex.
Just a backer, and then
and you
if
still
the
let it
upbeat also
ride. You
hit,
still
and
let
wave
this
dash
Beyblade rip. Why?
Thereafter.
you look like a goddamn Disney princess. The bio completely floored me. I felt like it was written by a friend or something. I just got like strong, like fellow nerd, divergent, super cool, gregarious, happy person vibes, and yeah. So listen, I'm an open book. You probably figured that out like 6 overshares ago. If you have any questions for me, please hit me. Don't be shy. If you want, I'll share my bio. I feel like it's unfair that I've seen yours and you haven't seen mine. I'm quite proud of my bio.
This entire situation has been nothing but overshares from you. She's not going to ask you any questions. No sane person would. It's not going to happen. This whole thing was a complete catastrophe. And once again, hung up on this fucking bio thing. They're just bios. Most people write them in 10 seconds. I don't know how long he spent, like, finally crafting his, but that is not the norm. I'm sure she didn't spend days coming up with her bio on here. I don't know how it resonated so strongly with this guy, but I bet after this whole song and dance, the woman here immediately just deleted her whole account, or at the very least removed the bio entirely.
Yeah, for the 80th time, I apologize. This was weird.
What was that?
Or like gave you
Wave bounce back.
That's not my intention. Yeah, I gotta drive home now because I gotta go sit in the bar in Mississauga and I have 4 more days this weekend, and it hurts to talk. So I'm sitting here in my car like a jackass, and yeah, I hope that all made some kind of sense. And if nothing else, please take the sincere compliment. I've seen hundreds of shitty bios, probably thousands, and yours was easily top 3. The only reason I'm not giving you number 1 is because then it would seem like I'm lying. But I'm a very genuine, normal person, and yeah, Actually, on my
He
way
is
home, I
lying.
go to the park and feed
Literally, he's just
favorites
horny
of
for
one
her.
couple,
That's
Mr. Plump
literally
and
it.
Mrs.
There's
Plump
nothing else
They
about
just
it.
had babies a couple weeks ago. So, like, I'll run up and they recognize me when babies are squeaking. The hierarchy of, like, waterfowl cute babies are swan babies, then ducklings, and then goslings. But, yes, I may or may not do that 47 times a week. I'm a huge animal lover. Dogs are better than cats. Cats suck. Sorry if you have cats, but I'm sure your cat is cool.
That was one of the most peculiar lies I've ever heard. You're going to stop at the park on the way home so you can visit your favorite swan couple, Mr. Plump and Mrs. Plumfette, because they just had babies a couple weeks ago, and they recognize you and get excited and start squeaking when you come by. Like you're part of the family, part of the crew, part of the ship. What universe? What the fuck? That's not even something Dr. Seuss would write as like a little goofy side plot in a story. That is the biggest lie I've ever heard for no reason. For no reason. The quirkiness is overloading. Like, the cup runneth over on quirk. Wow.
And, yeah, take the compliment. Anyway, apologies if this totally intruded on your day opposite of my intention. And, yeah, your bio was fucking awesome. I mean, there's a couple other assets I noticed too, but I cannot mention them without sounding like a fuckboy, so I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'm sure you've worked very hard to be in the shape you're in, but goddamn, God damn, I would not kick you out of bed for eating crackers. So I figured if you are half as funny as you seem to be and half as cool as I got from that bio, I would say howdy. Yeah, alright. Hope this made you laugh and smile, and
This
you have a
guy's so fucking
fantastical day,
cringy, dude.
Kelsey. Cheers.
And that's the grand finale of this whole situation, and what a journey it was. I find this to be probably the best example of the worst approach to romance imaginable. And like I said, this was not an isolated incident. He's done this before. And he's even used the same lines before. Which is it's so wild. It's so wild. I had to talk about it. I had to. So yeah, that's really about it. So yeah, last night
Are you
I had
locked
a
into
little
an
trouble
initial
falling
dash in this
asleep.
game?
I think what I needed was a good bedtime story. So I turned to Reddit, just cruising around, perusing, see if I could find anything that'd give me the yawns and help me go night-night. But I found something extraordinary. Something so stimulating, I stopped any attempt at going to sleep, and I just sat there bewildered by what I had just read. For at least 40 minutes, I just sat in silence, truly stunned, like a child who had just watched his first episode of Chris Angel's Mind Freak. My brain was blown out my ass. I couldn't imagine a world where this was real, but all of the evidence pointed to it being a genuinely true story. I did eventually hit the hay, and now, a full, 9 hours later, I'm still thinking about this. So, I figured, why not share it with all of you? Perhaps this will have a profound effect on your life, or maybe it'll do something to help motivate you to not be like the guy in this story. It's a series of text messages between a man and a woman. And that's all I'll tell you for now. I don't want to get any spoilers. I want you to come into this as unsuspecting as possible. Let's dive in. Previously on Dragon Ball Z, the two people in this text conversation were close friends for about 9 years. The Reddit poster is the woman in this story, and her male friend here had recently professed his love for her in a pretty creepy way. The feeling wasn't mutual, so it led to a bit of a disconnect between the two of them, and in an act of desperation, the male friend calls in the cringe artillery and starts bombarding her with memes, to which she finally responds, "Hey, I appreciate the memes." Real quick, I'd like to come in here with a PSA. I recognize that in the current climate of things, there's a lot of people that have lived their entire lives online without any actual social interaction, so I want this to be a teachable moment. Don't send memes as some kind of last-ditch Hail Mary. Like, if you let something rip and it's not reciprocated, spamming memes isn't going to salvage the situation, it's only going to make it worse and even weirder. Her saying, "I appreciate the memes," is just a lie. No one's ever going to say that. Those words have probably not left the human being's mouth ever. Good morrow, Sailor. I really appreciate the exquisite memes you shared with me today. I was a little perturbed with our last conversation, but now that you've sent 1,000 memes, I see you've got a good heart. Thank you for this. And I'm speaking from experience here. I'm very knowledgeable in this field. I'm the authority on this matter. I've told this story before, but I'll just briefly repeat it. The very first girl I was ever flirting with and exchanging text messages with was back in high school, and she did not feel the same way about me as I did her. And in my weakest moments, I turned to the dark side and consulted the Sith Lords, and was advised to try and maybe like send goofy memes and ASCII art, because that was big back in the day. So I did. And guess what? It didn't fucking solve anything, it just made it even worse. I know how uncomfortable that must have been for her. So yeah, that is not the right play, to just start spamming memes and shit. But anyway, she continues the message by saying that she's only ever thought of him as a close friend and never really viewed him in a romantic way. So when he professed her love, it made things a little weird. They grew distant, they grew a bit hostile, but she thinks they can be friends again just as long as it's very clear that there is no romantic feelings in this relationship. She's just laying down the brass tacks and making things very clear, to which he responds, I certainly had my head on backwards, but as my friend, I really think you're fucking adorable, and every trip I've ever taken with you is so fucking precious. I've heard of a Japanese word called shibumi, and it's basically authority without dominance. Call me a simp, but I really think you have that. Code red, he's not taking no for an answer. Jinkies, we're going too deep. He just busted out shibumi. Jesus Christ, we're in the in-game now. Lord help us. He continues to spaghetti dump here for the novel that he's writing her. There's steam coming off of the touchscreen pad as he's writing. The most important takeaway here is a very specific line, a buzzword that gets dropped that I think is very important that we highlight. He says, sometimes it feels like my chivalrous interest with you is underappreciated or just unappreciated sometimes. The reason I point that out is because I'm pretty confident that the word chivalry is used exclusively by creeps. I don't think there's been a documented case of a normal person saying chivalry, especially not in this context. It's just like an immediate red flag word to drop, especially when saying that my chivalrous interest is underappreciated, you know, it's not valued enough. It's just some certified weirdo Redditor energy, like tip in the hat, no lady, no problem, you're welcome for holding the door open for you. Chivalry isn't dead, am I right? I'm the perfect example. No, of course, I'm just kidding, I jest. Chivalry can't die, because to die, it would imply that it was ever alive in the first place. Only a living thing can experience death, and chivalry is not a living thing, it's an idea. More of a social code, per se. He continues on, and then eventually tells her that she should like one of them so he doesn't feel crazy, to which he says, you're not crazy, I just need some time to think. Which I think is a perfectly reasonable response to all of this, but he gives her no time to think and immediately just comes back to, please, let me find favor in your eyes. I'm assuming he heard that in some kind of like indie song at some point, so he tried to throw that in here to see if it'd work. So he's going full-blown Robert Frost now, even then drops a picture saying, daydream with me, and it's like the sun rising. So it's getting very emotional in here. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit because it's him once again just begging for any kind of reciprocation, to which he just keeps saying she just needs some time to process all of this. But he's extremely impatient, his foot is fully on the gas and there's no turning back now. He is full throttle invested in all of this. He's using every possible cliche line imaginable, but he's not finding any favor in her eyes. It just keeps going. You're valid, never really heard the extent of why I'm your friend, so now he's like interrogating her. Why am I your buddy? Why am I your pal, huh? Tell me! I could tell you all day why you're my friend. Your voice is fucking music. I think you're brilliant. Just a brilliant person to be around. Really wish I could hug you.
That's what I want to do.
This hurts.
Okay, whatever I just did now.
And again, she reiterates, I
Let me
need
check.
time to think. I will reach out when I'm
7.7.
ready. And now we've finally gotten past the introduction here,
that?
and we're entering the climax. Welcome to the wacky zone.
So,
He
let me
once
just
again gives her no
notepad this.
time
About
to like reach out or
34
process any of this.
minutes
He
in.
reaches out pretty soon after everything, only a couple of days, and says, so like, is there any chance as your friend I could send you something
Actually, I
explicit?
could've just
She
looked
says,
that
what do you
back
mean?
and see what I
And then he
did.
goes, NSFW, which I'm sure all of you know what that means, but I'll break it down anyway. Not safe for work. Of course, she wasn't expecting this curveball, so she says, are you trying to make a joke right now? And then he goes, no, kind of a gamble. I will say this is a historic moment. You are witnessing the worst gamble in history. Congratulations, we all got to be a part of this. This is, by far, the absolute worst possible fucking gamble you could ever make. This is like betting 100% of your life savings on me getting taller. Like, what the fuck are you, like, I don't understand how you think an out of nowhere nudie is going to somehow win her over and, like, somehow solve all of these problems. I just can't even understand that mindset, really. It just doesn't compute. Like, okay,
it
I
was the
tried
last
all
attempt.
the
Let me just see
lovey-dovey,
this.
really mushy-gushy stuff with the favor in your eyes, your voice is like magic, or music. It didn't work. So let's try something a little more primal. Wiener. What about penis? Eureka! This might be the answer. Let's try it. She's once again just trying to make sure she fully understands the lunacy going on here, so she says, "Are you asking me if you can send me something sexually explicit?" Respectfully. What a gentleman. A fedora tip to you, my gentle sir.
Let's go
That
there.
is
Okay, let me just...
sophisticated.
You see this
Very
slowly.
respectful.
So I just do instant double
Doth thou
jump
wish to gaze
underneath
upon
that,
my meat?
underneath
And then
the
he
green,
sends her a dick pic
one
with
block
his pinky
underneath.
out while holding it.
Any
Extra.
slags?
An
Any
incredibly
slugs? No,
interesting
there's no
play
slugs.
here,
I'm
as
in my
if
room, there's
somehow
no
his
slugs.
cock was going to hypnotize
Also, I'm just
her
like
and
rewatching
make her fall in love with
one
him.
of my attempts,
So
because
she
I did a
eventually
trick that I really
responds by pointing
want
out
to
how weird this
replicate.
whole
Also, yeah, the stream's
interaction
gonna be
had
pretty
become.
much
She
just
still
this,
only
so
ever viewed them as friends,
yeah,
and
I
will
don't
only
expect
ever
many
view
people to
him
stick
as a
around.
friend,
I'm mainly just doing
and
it
that
so I
she's
have a
very
recording
disappointed that
in case
he
I
can't
do get a
even
PB.
respect that she wants some
It's
time
like
to herself to
throw
process
just
this
above,
entire weird interaction.
land,
She also drops a
and then I
bombshell
do
at
like
the
a
end by
pivot
mentioning
fold.
that
How
she's
do I do it
currently
so
in a
fast?
relationship, so that was a big plot twist. This goober is doing all
Like,
of this
I
to a
start
girl
at
who is
like,
not interested and
let's
also
see.
in a relationship. The odds couldn't be
So
more
the jump
against him.
starts at
Now, she used a
8:30.
word at the end that's about to change the entire course of
I
this interaction.
land
She said,
at
"It
9, throw
sucked
the
when you
first
went
one,
all incel on
and
me towards
instantly
the
throw the
end."
second one.
That word, I had a big voice crack there. That's how
And then the
powerful
next
that
jump
word
is
is. That one word
this.
ruffled this guy's feathers so much. You're about to see a full-blown ballistic breakdown from it. I respect that.
That seems
Also,
super
if I'm an
fast.
incel, you're toxic. So let's not name call. She's toxic because she doesn't want to fuck him. Why is that even in your argument that I can't get someone? I can. You choose not to.
Oh,
That's fair, but
so
you
feeling
didn't get
is
to
the
call me
Yakuza
an incel
is
because you
that
decline. You go out of your way to say
Yakuza
it.
in the
Why
background?
is that? Label me as anything else, like, for real. It's foolish
Yakuza.
for you to argue
Who-
something like that. She gets taken off
I
guard
don't know.
here,
This is
saying, like,
critical.
Hey, whoa,
I was
pump
watching
the
a critical
brakes,
video, dude.
Buster. I didn't mean to offend you. She says, I never said you couldn't get someone. What do you mean? She never said that. Like, he is now just projecting some insecurities and reading between the lines on shit that doesn't exist. She just said his behavior was that of, like, an incel or something. And he keeps going. You should know I'm anything but a little dick incel, so out of here with that shit. Again, she never even pointed out your penis or anything. She didn't call it small. Like, where is this coming from? He's fighting ghosts. I'm not even
I really
want to
know.
that's
I
valid.
did.
You're with a fucking beta
how did I do
cuck
that?
to begin with. Maybe that's your type, and maybe that's why we aren't together. Have fun with that. The mask has come off. He is unchained, unhinged, and unhappy. Your boyfriend's a beta cuck loser. That's the only reason you and I aren't together, because that's what you're into, beta cucks. You couldn't handle an alpha male testosterone titan like me, a real man who cries while he texts. She then goes on to say, like, look, if you find me to be toxic,
You said you
and
were
all
watching
this
the
awful
Yakuza
stuff,
Pri 8
like,
game
okay,
from
then,
Kraketo.
you know, you
Also,
shouldn't be
are you a
upset that
maple
we're
main
not
now?
close anymore. And to this big
Oh,
message, she just responds
yeah, I
by
was
saying,
watching the
"I'll see
Yakuza
you
one
in
the other
hell."
day.
And then she
It's true.
says r/nice guys, which this
No,
very
I'm not
much
Maple
is
main,
an
I'm just
r/nice
secondary.
guys moment.
I'm still way better with
like,
Loxodon.
only a couple days after the
But I like
whole
the target test with Maple,
poetic,
it's pretty fun.
allow me to find favor in your eyes, miss.
Also, I just did a
Your
trick earlier
voice
where I
is
did this seed
music,
really
sweet
fast.
music.
Like this double seed.
And now it's, what an excellent take on a
I don't know how I
7-year
did it,
waste
though.
of my fucking time. To which she responds, so you're just waiting around until I'd eventually date you? That's on you, man. She's absolutely right. That is entirely on you. This dude played the long game, almost an entire decade.
It's like I throw the
of
seed
pretending
like
to be her
here,
friend in the
just
hopes that
above it,
eventually you'll get to fuck
and then
her,
I land and
I guess
instantly
was the plan.
pivot and do
That
it.
is a long
Like a
commitment
turnaround
to a
one.
deep cover operation to stay in disguise, faking friendship, hoping
I don't
that
know how I did
eventually
that.
you'll
And I
be
stay in
able to
the
have
same
sex with
spot.
her.
I don't
And
dash
he says,
either.
how was I supposed to know you're only interested in half men? I've never even seen that term used before. This guy's pulling all kinds
I heard
of
this one already.
insano-style phrases out of his ass now. I bet on the wrong fucking horse. This goober spent 7 years pretending to be her friend, hoping that somehow she'd fall in love with him? This is craziness. This is a longer time spent undercover than Rob Lucci and the gang during the Water 7 arc of One Piece. Like, this is outrageous how long he committed to this ridiculous, diabolical plan. And now he's just full anime villain mode. I'm over you. That's why I asked if you needed a visual definition of the word endowed, because I bet you're never going to get that with the life you choose to live without me. Motherfucker, I grew this dick for you, you ungrateful clod.
I love that line so
We have to
much.
pause here for a
I
moment.
grew that dick for you.
Wow. I grew this dick for you, you ungrateful clod. That is one of the most powerful sentences I've ever had the pleasure of reading. What does that even mean? That's not even possible. How could you have grown your penis for her? Was there no dick there to begin with, and then you just started, like planting the seeds and then taking care of it like summertime gardening? Like, what does that mean, you grew it for her? Is it a laboratory experiment like the Cybermen? Like, I don't understand. It's just such a bafflingly amazing sentence. She's also stunned, saying, I refuse to believe that these messages aren't satire. And then that sets him off even further. This entire relationship is satire. A joke. Your interest in men is a joke. The wambulance is coming in hot. He's Squidward, you're Squidward, I'm Squidward, we're all Squidward. This whole relationship satire, it's all a joke, you're a joke. Fuck you. My interest in you is a joke. This is the first time I wanted to show someone my dick because I hate them. Fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
r/nice guys, these
What?
nuts. She waits a while and then says,
Do I
think
want
enough
it?
time has passed and I just genuinely want to know if you've
Yeah,
had any
I don't
remorse
want it.
for the shit you
You-
said
you
to
found
me,
it
or
on
if you
the
truly
floor,
believe
man.
it was all valid.
You found it on the
And then
floor.
he responds 7 hours later saying, let's find out if you're still seeing the
True.
Hat Man
Alright.
first. I don't know what that means, but then he comes back 2 hours later and said, I'm over you. You're wasting your time. So he's trying to flip this around on her like, you missed your opportunity with the golden goose. You missed your opportunity with the alpha. I've moved on, you harpy. I don't need you anymore, harlot. Listen, I've matured a lot. You clearly haven't. So you're wasting your time trying to talk to me now. You had your chance, you blew it. I'm sure you're kicking yourself now for this, but hey, that's the way the cookie crumbles. But then just to finish it off with the cherry on top, he quotes from before where he was offering to show her his wiener and says, I still mean this if you need clarification. And then comes back and says, except don't even bother asking for nudes. I have a girlfriend. Okay. I mean,
I
this
think
is
that's
quite
it.
the ride. What an adventure. She eventually just says, you know, what's
They
wrong
have to
with
just
you?
do
We
it,
were friends
like,
for almost a
lower,
decade. And
maybe?
then you go into this shit. Which is a reasonable response. Like, how did this happen? We have been friends for like 10 years. We've known each other for so long. Where did this come from? It is crazy. This whole situation was wild. And also, I'm calling fiddlesticks on that last statement from him. I don't believe he has a girlfriend. If we go back to like chapter 7 of this meltdown, he said that she was the first girl he wanted to show his penis to. So, I'm under the impression he's a virgin. And I don't think enough time has passed between those messages and these that he would not only lose his virginity, but
Yeah,
then
whatever.
also
Let's
have
do
a
some
girlfriend,
attempts.
especially given all the
I
behavior
get
we're
it.
seeing.
I'll get it
exhibited here.
randomly.
So, I think he lied about that. That was probably just once again some kind of Hail Mary to make her jealous. Like, hey, listen, Toots. Got a girlfriend. Stay off of me. Can't send you nudes anymore. You blew it. Nope, can't do it. Sorry. That's on you. You'll regret this for the rest of your life, clearly. Sorry. Have a girlfriend. Even though it's most likely a lie. But yeah, that's all there is to the story here. Overall, I think we can all agree that nice guys really do finish last. It is insulting that these two didn't end up getting married. This guy is a real catch, and it's just a shame to see that it didn't pan out. But yeah, overall, dropping the sarcasm, I actually feel really bad for the woman in this situation here. This is someone who was a close friend to her for a fucking decade, only to then find out that that close friend was actually just a complete piece of shit, loser, degenerate, who was only being her friend, trying to have sex with her down the line. I can't even imagine that kind of betrayal. That must have been fucking awful. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to share this because I've been thinking about it like all day. So yeah, that's really about it. So yeah, I know my calm, composed, stoic demeanor may not give you any clues or hints at my internal struggle, but trust me, right now, I'm spiraling. I'm falling down a dark path I swore I'd never walk again. Like a former addict who finds the pipe once again, I have found my long since abandoned drug. I have become hooked on reading horrible text messages from dudes trying to get laid.
I wish he still did
It's
this,
been many
man.
moons, and some of you who have been around the channel for a while may remember I've made a lot of content covering horrible pickup artists, as well as horrible text messages with self-proclaimed nice guys who are one gentle no away from letting the demon out and just flipping the switch to a full-blown conniption. Like, the word boyfriend would be, you know, a Winter Soldier event that would have them just go ballistic. And I've made quite a bit of content, both laughing at the absurdity of it, as well as using it as an educational tool, like, hey, don't be like these goobers. But over time, I started kind of petering out from doing that, because I just made so much of it, and I stopped indulging in that kind of content until recently. I could only fight the urge for so long. The werewolf is coming out. It's a full moon, and that moon is nothing but fucking cringe. I saw some text messages today that I've just got to go over. Now, before we embark on this journey together, it's important that I let you know that these are two college students. As we go through this, you'll probably assume that it's two 13-year-olds, but that's not the case. These are two college students that worked on a group project together, and now we're coming in after the completion of the project. So, they say, I just emailed Professor the final draft, so we should be good. To which the poster says, yay, and then sends a meme, go team. I really enjoyed working with you. You seem like a very sweet and smart girl, and I'd love to take you out sometime. To which they say, that's very kind of you, but I have a boyfriend. Oh boy. She said the phrase, I have a boyfriend. There is no phrase more powerful in the English language than that. The strongest sentence ever constructed. That's like the nuclear bomb here. I have a boyfriend is a phrase, nay, an incantation more powerful than Avada Kedavra from Harry Potter. And it's just been deployed. So you can already start to speculate where things are going to go south. He responds by saying, heh, well, thanks for leading me on, which catches her off guard. She says, I'm sorry, but I don't think I've done anything to imply I was interested in dating you, to which he responds, it's just funny how you never brought up that you were taken until now. Which is an interesting thing to respond with, because that makes it seem like he expects every girl that's taken to immediately state that upon starting a conversation with a man. Like they need to wear some kind of sign or some kind of label on their forehead that says, currently in relationship, not available, thank you. Try again at later date. Although she does say that she mentioned her boyfriend. Actually, I did. When I was at your house, I told you my boyfriend was picking me up. Which she is able to counter beautifully by saying, I thought you meant a boy that you were friends with. Because why would you go over to a guy's house if you're dating someone? And she says, because you offered to host and we needed somewhere to work on our project together, my boyfriend knew and didn't care because all we were doing was working. I'm sorry if I did anything to give you the wrong idea. And then he says, you let me buy you a pizza. Now, admittedly, I understand where the guy's coming from here. We all know about the law of equivalent exchange thanks to Full Metal Alchemist, and we have something like that in the real world.
Oh, man.
If you buy a girl a pizza, she is obligated to have sex with you. It's the pussy for pizza transaction. It's as old as time itself. So the fact that he was able to buy her a pizza and he didn't get his winky stinky is shocking. But anyway, he seems to really put a lot of stock in the importance of that pizza, like that was going to carry them all the way to marriage, like this is a moment she'd remember for the rest of her life or something, that pizza that he bought her. But I'd like to backtrack a bit, just briefly. Let's go to the previous chapter, where he said, I thought you meant a boy you were friends with, because why would your boyfriend be okay with you going to a guy's house to work on a project? And I feel like that's a dogshit perspective that's not unique to just this guy in this situation. I've seen a lot right now where people work under the assumption that if your significant other is doing anything in any capacity with someone of the opposite sex, it means that they're unfaithful to you and they're cheating. I just don't really subscribe to the belief that most normal, sane people think that way. Of course, there are extenuating circumstances to that, but in this scenario, and in most scenarios like this, where it's just she's working on a group project with a classmate, I don't know why you'd immediately jump to, she must be a whore who's going behind my back to fuck this one goofball in her class and pretending that they're working on a group project. I just don't think that's something most ordinary people jump to immediately, and in this case, the guy views it as weird that she ever even agreed to go to his house to work on this group project if she was in a relationship, but I just don't understand why that would be viewed as weird. Like, where else are they gonna do it? Like, if they go to her place and do it, it's the same problem, right? Now, she has invited a guy over to her house and she's in a relationship to work on this group project. Wouldn't that be the same issue? Or if they go somewhere in public and do it, like a fucking Starbucks or whatever, it's still the same issue. Like, oh, now they went to a public place where people go, like, on dates sometimes to do this group project. So you can always make that argument no matter what. So just, I don't know, it just doesn't compute with me. But anyway, back to the pizza. I offered to split when you told me you were ordering a pizza and you said it was your treat. If you'd like, I can sell you for half of the cost. Yes, I'd like that. And you ate more of the pizza than I did, so you should pay for like 2/3 of it. Now we're getting into the nitty-gritty math calculations here. Like, well, actually, listen here, Harpy. You ate more of the pie than I did, so you're gonna need to reimburse me more for it. And you know what? It wasn't my treat, because this Halloween there was only tricks. You tricked me. You lied by not telling me that you had a boyfriend. So give me extra cash for that pizza, you disgraceful harlot. She's being as gentle as possible here. I imagine she's scared of this individual, and she said as much in the comments of the post. She said that she didn't want to, like, get too aggressive back, because then she'd be, like, afraid of what he might do. It's just, like, I understand where she's coming from. You don't want to, you know, poke and all of that, so she's just like, okay, that's fine, and I'm sorry again if you got the wrong idea, but I thought I made it clear that I viewed this as a professional relationship. Well, you didn't. And then he comes back and says, don't leave me on red. So he's getting very aggressive here. He's red in the face. He's steam coming out of the ears. Like, I understand why she wants to, like, tiptoe around this as gracefully and smoothly as possible. And it's something I've said a lot on stream, where in the current climate of things, it feels like everyone's more on edge than ever. Like, I've read so many stories over the last couple of years of people snapping at the smallest things, like even the most minor inconvenience. Like, this is a story I've referenced a lot, but it's one that actually legitimately sticks with me. There was a murder at a Subway where a man shot 2 Subway workers because they went a little heavy on the mayonnaise on his sandwich. Too much mayo was a death sentence for one of the 2 workers that was shot. The other one did survive, but I mean, it's things like that where it's never really worth pushing back. So in a case like this, I understand why she'd want to be really light about it. And I just want to mention that because I saw a lot of comments, like, not really grilling her or anything, but just really kind of wondering why she was being so polite in lieu of all of the aggression from this guy. And I totally understand why she would be. I really do get it. I just wanted to point that out real quick. But anyway, it wraps up by saying, I don't think this conversation is worth furthering, which is fair. And then he responds saying, it's ridiculous you even chose a guy to work with if you have a man. I bet he was upset even if he pretended not to be. Now, she explained this a little further in the comments. She didn't even choose him to be, like, her group project partner. Apparently the way the groups were chosen were people chose topics, and whoever had similar topics worked together. So these 2 just happen to have the same topics. It's not like she went out of her way to choose this, you know, benevolent angel to work with or anything. But anyway, I understand this was like a very short text exchange. It's only like 3 screenshots here. But I just think there's a whole lot to digest and analyze here. As we as a species have become more and more isolated, all of our socialization and human interaction comes from behind a computer screen now, mostly. Almost all of our interaction with each other is through the internet. So it's leading to a lot of people not knowing how to socialize or not knowing how to pick up on, like, social cues, and I don't even really blame individuals for that. But it's led to situations kind of like this, where this guy really views that her being off the market, you know, having a boyfriend, should mean that she shouldn't do anything at all with another guy, even work on a class project with another man. And also, something as simple as buying a pizza shows some kind of romantic interest between the two of them, some kind of mutual romance. So when it turns out that she wasn't interested and it leads to a rejection, it's something that he doesn't know how to handle appropriately. And overall, it is just pretty sad. Yes, it is like equal parts entertaining with some cringe text messages, of course, but at the core of it, there is a problem where people aren't going out in the real world and making genuine human connections. It's all through computers, so when you are in the real world with real humans, you don't
Something
really know
is
how to handle
happening to
things too
someone
well, so
somewhere
something
at
as
some
simple as
time for
getting,
some
like,
reason,
a rejection
involving certain
is
things in some way,
much bigger
leading
deal
to
than
some
it used
kind
to
of
be.
outcome
And
or result
overall,
that
like I
affects
said,
something
it's just kind of
else.
sad. I wanted to just talk about these text
Wow.
messages because
Thank you,
I got
ChatGPT.
real deep on why. Why would this be the response to something so simple? And of course, the text messages are very silly, like with the whole fucking pizza side quest thing. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. That's it. So yeah. We're entering into an
Next
age
time I
where
do this, I
people
might use the other
just don't
computer,
know
just
how
According to
socialize. It's just
CHSTGPT
this
that I'd the most generic
inability to
190 character
appropriately
sentence
communicate
possible.
with one another in a healthy way, and it's led
Yeah.
to a lot of
Hey,
confusion,
I at
and
least could tell
frankly,
fucking
a lot of unhinged weirdos in the dating
ChatGPT.
scene, it would appear. I have become way
Nah, I
too
can't talk to that
invested in reading these horror stories from people that were romantically interested in one another or even went on dates, and then all of a sudden things go tits up over nothing because people are just disconnected from reality and perpetually on edge, it would seem. Like, I am
I should
so
actually
deep into
do
this
this as a
rabbit
jump
hole, I
Holy
line.
poop,
understand
it's
how
Thunder
pathetic
Gaming
that is
Adu.
on my part, but I
Yo,
can't help it. It's just
Thunder
so
Gaming Adu.
fascinating. Like, it seems
You should
like
write
you have better
dough
luck
instead of
finding
do,
your
man.
soulmate in one of my streams, like by just communicating with someone in the chat.
Enjoying
Like, you
Season 3 of
probably
Penguin
would meet
Zero?
a more compatible
Oh yeah, I
match
fucking
in
love it.
solo queue League of
But it got
Legends
cancelled.
than
Well,
you
no,
would
Season
on
2
a
got
dating
cancelled.
app right
Season
now.
3
The
pretty
people
good
in
so far.
fucking solo queue League are more mentally stable, less hostile, and less weird than the people I'm seeing that are meeting on like Tinder and Bumble and all that. Today, this post kind of popped off on Reddit. I fully recognize a lot of these can be a bunch of, you know, horseradish, but I like to suspend disbelief anyway.
Ado.
Plus, it's a weird
Thank
thing
you,
to fake
thank you.
because you don't get anything out of it besides
I have to like
Reddit
decipher what
karma,
the
I
fucking
suppose, which is the most
TTS
useless
is also
currency
saying.
since Monopoly money.
It's hard to hear.
So anyway, the story is this girl's friend was going on a date with a gentleman that she had met online who seemed really cool. They agreed to meet at this restaurant, and that's where the story begins. So she says, "I'm on my way," to which our gentle sir tips his fedora and says,
If I
"K."
jump at the last
Which already
moment
feels a
here,
little hostile to me. This is their first date.
get
I
it
feel like you can't just be dropping a
without
K
having to
like
go
that.
against the
It
wall,
just seems
which
a
is
little
nice.
aggressive, but maybe I'm reading into it too deep.
I think
since
that's,
I
like,
already know how
slightly
I'm
the story plays
sleepy.
out. She says, "Are you
should go to bed,
there
bro.
yet?" "No, I'm going to be a little bit late. No worries, I'm here. I'll be in the far
I actually
right
don't know what
corner."
time it is. Oh wait,
He finally
7:51.
arrives. Our protagonist
Yeah.
makes it to the scene. He kicks open the doors. He says,
Bedtime.
I'm Joe.
"I'm here. I don't see you." To which
Joe.
she describes your location.
Joe-
"I'm next
Joe
to the
who?
big plant in the back to the right when you first walk in." So she's providing him with direction coordinates so that way he can go walk over and they can begin their date. But the date never really begins.
Who's Joe?
Because you see, something
Been
has
watching so
already
much
gone
Penguin
awry,
Zero
even
lately.
upon
I'm watching
first
like
walking
over an
into the
hour every day.
establishment. He drops this bomb on her. He says, "Piss off," out of
It's
nowhere.
really funny
Actually, from out of
hearing
left
people
field, the
call him
curveball,
Penguin Zero.
which catches her off guard. She goes, "I'm
I think
sorry.
my dad calls him
I'm really
Penguin
confused
Zero.
right now." As most people would be, because he hasn't sat down at the
Also,
table.
yeah, he just
She hasn't
really
seen
easy
him
to put him
yet,
in the background.
and
I'm not gonna
he's
lie.
angry about something, fuming, furious, steaming. Well, what went wrong? Let's start to speculate a couple of things. Perhaps this is an Ed, Ed and Eddie situation when Ed gets the rock in his shoe and it just puts him in a bad mood. Maybe he believes that
That
he's been
episode's so
catfished.
good.
He might have seen her from a distance and it wasn't the same girl that he thought he was communicating with. Perhaps. But what if I told you the reality is something none of you would possibly guess? It's actually super easy to improve your social
I can actually
skills
see the,
and increase your odds of
PB
getting
potential.
laid.
You
All
have a
need
dad?
is to shop at moistglobal.com
I have a dad,
and
yeah.
get the new retro basketball.
How
Like-
does your dad know
It's-
about
it's
Moist
that
Keto?
simple. An incredible
We used to
assortment
watch
of
him, like, in the
beautiful
sitting
items
room.
available right now at moistglobal.com. Go ahead and get yourself
Like a
some.
couple years
Who
ago.
doesn't
Like
love retro
2018,
basketball gear?
2017.
We tried to stay as true to all the material.
We
and
just
all
have him on
designs of
in the
classic
center room, and then my dad
basketball
just started to
stuff
like
that we all
watch as
grew
well.
up with, so hopefully you enjoy it. Moistglobal.com, the link's in the description. His rampage continues and he explains himself. I'm not gonna waste my time on some unfaithful whore.
I kind of
Don't
miss
even
old
wait
Critical,
until
though.
after the
I
first
like new
date
Critical,
to flirt
too,
with
though.
someone else. Every woman is a cheating bitch, I swear. All you want is attention. So this man's fighting ghosts right now. I guess he might have like fallen asleep when he got to the restaurant. Like maybe he has narcolepsy and he dozed off for a moment and had a bad dream where his date's making out with other dudes right
What should I
in
eat
front of
today,
him while
guys?
giving him the finger and saying, "Fuck you, bozo, nerd loser. I'm with the Chads now. Get out of town. Scram."
Your
Like,
dad play
I don't know
games?
what exactly he thought he saw when he got there.
He
But
kind of
he goes
does.
on this, you know, attack.
Like,
you know,
he
about
played all the
how she's
GTA
an
games.
unfaithful whore. Even though she has done nothing but just sit in a restaurant waiting for him, and she's as confused as anyone.
my
She
dad's
goes,
pretty
"I
young,
don't
to
know
be
what you're
honest, so,
talking
like,
about. I haven't flirted with
he
anyone
would have
since we
been
started talking. I don't know where you got
a
this
gamer
idea from.
or whatever when
Could
he
you
was a
tell
kid."
me what made you think I was talking to other guys?" He then explains himself. "Don't act all innocent. I saw you
You should
chatting
eat
it up
some
with some
rice.
Asian dude while you were waiting for me. You're a fucking bitch.
What
I
rice?
can't believe I trusted
Omu
you.
rice.
Your dad's
You're not
single?
even pretty anyway.
My dad's single.
I
Not
just
yet.
wanted to give the ugly girl a chance. Or ugly they or whatever you are, slut." So he's going fucking freaky mode.
Oh, I didn't
right
hear this
now.
freak
This
out.
guy
Fuck,
is
I wasn't listening.
off his gourd at the moment. Also goes with the classic, "You're not even hot anyway. I was doing you a favor by letting you be seen with me, the nice guy. The
If I jump
giddy
low
Chad
there, I
Alpha.
save like
Fuck.
a couple
And I can't
milliseconds.
believe you've done this."
So I just jump low.
Like
I
just the standard,
jump at the lowest
immediately
point.
like talking about, "You're actually ugly. I was never interested in
What
you.
does
I was
not
just giving
yet
the
mean
ugly girl
haha.
a chance because it was a good deed
Hey,
to
look.
get into heaven. That's all. I was
It's not my
trying to do
business to
what I
talk
thought the
about
Lord
that.
wanted me to do. And you did this to me. You betrayed me like this. Shame on you. I was the angel."
Especially not
Which
sober
we've seen a
Dara.
million
Maybe drunk
times,
Dara
it's
can
nothing
talk
new.
about it.
This guy is clearly looking like a big old piece of shit here. So then the truth of the situation comes out. The only guy I talked to was the waiter. I wasn't flirting with anyone. He was asking
Slow
me
at
if
the
I
end.
wanted to order, and I said I was waiting for you. This
That felt
goober
like decent.
saw
I
her
felt like that
talking
could have
to
been
the
a PB.
waiter and assumed she must be trying to fuck him. Because that's all women want to do. Anytime they communicate with a male, they're just
Like, if I
trying
get to the
slobber
top
on that
area
meat.
and the timer says
It's
5,
disgusting. I can't believe you would do
it's
this,
a good
Harlot. I
pace.
saw you talking to that man. The waiter. That's what this is all over. That's what caused him to have this massive meltdown.
Oh,
tears
I
in
thought I
eyes,
didn't land on
fucking
that, so I
whiny
kinda gave up.
temper tantrum,
Nuts.
fucking blow up, because she talked to the waiter who was asking.
It would have been
if she wanted
6
to
up there,
order.
though. So.
What's the
That's
world
so
record for this break the
crazy.
target's
This
character?
lunatic.
The world record is
It
6.7,
continues.
so I'm
She
I'm
asks,
about
"Why are you acting like this?"
9/10
He goes,
of a
"Whatever,
second
slut.
slow.
Lose my number.
If I
You'll
added
never
all
find
my
another
best
guy like
segments
me."
together,
Hopefully he's right
I
about that.
get
I
6.6,
pray she never finds
but
another
obviously
unhinged
I
weirdo
don't
like
I
this
don't
guy.
play that
That would
perfectly.
be
So
for the best.
I
Hopefully
technically could
nobody
beat
ever
it if
finds this
it
guy
all went
or
right
anyone
just
like
one
him.
time.
That is just a curse I
But
wouldn't
yeah,
wish upon my
I usually
worst
like
enemy.
at best I
Ruin
usually
your
get like
chance with the
6.6
best dick you
or
would
6.7
ever have.
rather.
I bet that Asian guy is small.
But hey, look, it might just
God,
randomly
this guy is
work
an
out.
insufferable piece of shit.
I think
Good
I'm number
Lord,
5 at the
what
moment.
a
I
vile
think.
person to say shit like this. Have fun never feeling.
I also
real
do completely
pleasure.
different
Don't
routes.
message me again.
Everyone else just
He'll
does the
leave
other
your
route.
fat ass, and you'll come running back to me. So he's diving deep into
I see, said the
delusion
blind
now.
man.
The waiter of this restaurant just saved this lady a long time of agony. Because let's imagine these two actually did go on a successful date. Prior to this, apparently this
The blind
guy
man.
and this girl had hit it off in a big way online. This was their first date. Let's assume that this date happened without any hiccups. She would have never seen this side of him until it was probably too late when they were already in a relationship, and it would have led to a lot worse of a situation for her.
I think the main
So
issue
fact that this
though is like
happened
the
on
double
day
seed
one,
thing
or even before
is
day one,
just
this is like
luck
day
for
zero,
me
'cause he
if
never
I get
even
it
sat
really
down at the
fast or
table for
not.
the date. The fact that it happened then is for the best.
Because
It
there's
saved her
a
a
way to
long
like
time
ledge
from
cancel it and then
So
land
the waiter in this story, actually a hero. Hats off to that
and
guy.
turn around
What's
and
that
seed
expression
again.
from
I did it
Futurama?
earlier today
When you
actually,
do something right,
but it
people
just
won't be
had
sure
a
you've
bad
done
start.
anything
Oh,
at all.
that was nice.
That's exactly what happened here. Dude's just doing
Just
his
had a
job
bad
and ended
start,
up
so
saving her so much trouble down
I don't
the
know. I
line.
kind of just do the same
But yeah,
inputs every
anyway,
time
so
and just
she,
hope it works.
Talked to the waiter about her
And then there's
order.
like a
This
safe
guy
strat, which is
blows
just
a
the wave
gasket,
dash on.
has this huge meltdown about it, shows his true colors,
Throw.
and then
It's slightly
continues
faster
to just
than
go
doing
on
this.
and on in these text messages with her. But
But
girls
it's
like
still
you
kind of
like
slow, to be
being
honest.
used. All women just like bad guys, so they cheat when they meet a chill, nice guy.
Like, honestly,
Whatever, I
this
never liked your flat
this one
ass
here is the
anyway.
biggest
Don't
issue.
leave me on red, you bitch. You just told her
With
to
this
lose your
route.
number, and now you're getting upset that she's not
But I didn't have to
responding.
do
Like,
that.
he's all
It'd
over the
be
place. He says that she
nicer.
has a fat ass, and then says it's a flat ass. This guy's walking between worlds right now. He's caught in dimensions. His brain is completely scrambled, all because he saw his date talking to the
Slow.
fucking waiter. That is so crazy. That is crazy. And then still has the gall to say that he is a chill, nice guy. Chef's kiss. That is right on the nose. Everyone that self-identifies as a nice guy always turns out to be like this. Like 100% of the time, it's crazy. That
I'm just a nice
statistic
guy.
is as high as it is. The correlation
I'm just
between
a-
nice
I'm just a
guys
chill
and
guy.
being complete weirdos and just downright dangerously unstable people. Like, it just, I don't know. I can't believe that it continues to be proven true time and time again. But
I think there's
anyway,
like a
I
bunch
just
of
had to
small
showcase this one
optimizations
'cause
I
I was
could make,
googling about
like
it for quite
hit
some
polling.
time. Like I said, I am
fast
in so
polling.
deep on these horror stories of romance in the dating world. I couldn't help but at least share one here.
Jumping at the right
That's about
time
it.
there.
So, yeah. I've never had a threesome, and I've never had an experience where I read something so cringe that it made my tummy upset. One of these two things is about to change today, and I don't think it's the threesome. I just read something
I love
from,
critical
yet again,
fucking openers,
by
dude.
deep diving onto the horrors of modern dating with absolute deranged weirdos. And the whole interaction was so mind-bogglingly peculiar that my body couldn't help but suffer from a physical reaction after finishing this
More to the
adventure here.
left.
I don't
Press
know
right
where these
instantly.
men are coming from. These dudes are just being printed in the cringe factory and being thrown into the dating world as like the worst NPC encounters you could ever have. So anyway, let's go ahead and dive in. But before doing that, just a quick heads up. The Moist Global Retro Basketball line is still available right now. This is the best assortment of merch the internet's ever seen, so you can go to moistglobal.com right now and pick something up. Links in the description. I just read some of the backstory she was posting about this situation in
ledge
the
cancel
comments, and it's
seed
actually
seems
pretty
so hard.
sad. Apparently these two have been
Yeah,
dating for about
it's really
3
hard.
years.
I actually
It was
got
a
it
horrible
earlier
situation
really
all
good,
around, and a couple months ago
because
she
I
got
managed to
with
ledge
kids,
cancel it.
But this is the most recent
Like, I think it was on the
interaction
right
between the
ledge,
two of them.
so I jumped
She
from the
100%
right,
made the
ledge
move
cancel
in
on the
leaving. This
right,
guy seems
and
like
then I
a
did an
fucking
instant
menace.
turnaround
But anyway,
seed,
it begins innocently enough.
and I
It's
managed to
just
stay on the
working away
platform.
with 3
Like, that's probably the
exclamation points, so he's
cleanest I've
having a
ever done
jolly
it.
old day at work. Did you get to the doctors yet? She says,
But,
yeah, I have COVID.
yeah.
What did he
Also,
say it
funnily
did to you?
enough, some
What?
places I could save
What did
some
the doctor
milliseconds.
say or give you
The
to feel
start,
better?
I always
Take
do really
Advil,
badly,
Tylenol,
because
sleep
the
as
go
much as you
kind of
can in
lags.
quarantine.
So I
This is
actually
so
checked
timely
other people that
because
have like
I
similar
myself
strats
just
like this
finished
thingy,
going through COVID over
and
the
I'm like
last
fucking
11 or
40
so
milliseconds
days.
slower than
And
people
this
at the
is
start
third time
every
it's
time,
fisted me. It
which
has
is kind
gone
of funny.
elbow deep in my ass 3 times.
I
and
kind of
all
just
3 times it was
get all the time
exact
back
same
from.
advice I was
I mainly
given by
think
doctors. Now, of course, you can
this
still
bit.
ask for like a Paxlovid.
If I land here, instantly press
prescription if
R.
you want. It should help with like symptoms,
It'll-
but it's not
it'll,
usually the first thing they
it, like,
give
ledge
you
cancels
unless
it.
you're someone who is at risk for like complications. I think it is an option.
It's
but
weird,
typically they'll
like
just tell
where
you
the
that,
ledge even
you know, take
starts.
Tylenol, sleep it off, rest, fluids, simple
And then
stuff
if I
like
jump
that.
at the right point
So,
here
seems
while holding full
innocent enough
forwards,
here. And the guy she's
I can like throw in a
communicating with
seed
almost seems jovial.
just low
You know,
enough
like when he says, just working away, I can
so that I
already
can
see
keep
him
the
typing that
momentum,
going,
and then I
working
just keep
away.
holding forwards,
You
double
know,
jump
one of these
here.
with a big
I have
ol'
to jump at
smile
this
on his
point.
face, ear to ear. He seems like a
So I
happy-go-lucky
land there.
kind of guy. And then it all falls apart. This
But
feels
yeah.
like a real Jekyll and
I think the
Hyde
double C
situation.
thing is just going to
He
be luck
immediately
if
just
I ever get
doubts
it
her, doesn't trust her, accuses her of lying.
in a run.
Lol. So you didn't go to the doctors. Before this turns into a fight, just tell the fucking truth, lol. She says, I did. There's no meds for this. Yes, there is. Go to the doctors, lol. I need the address and the name of the
Lol,
clinic
nerd.
that told you there's no medicine. Also, the name do the doctors. They will be losing their license. So he's fucking spiraling immediately here. And I feel like this isn't exclusive to just him. I feel like a lot of men these days assume that every girl they interact with, even their significant other they've
feels
been
like
with for
American
3
men do
goddamn
this.
years, is some kind of lying, cheating harpy or something. So they're constantly interrogating because they don't believe anything they say. I feel like there's just so many dudes out there with this, like, insecurity within them where they doubt everything their partner says, believing that they're cheating in some way, and they're lying about something, hiding something, and it's fucking awful. So this guy's trying to
Oh
checkmate
shit, that
her
was
here
Nate.
with the scholar's
I
mate.
knew it was
Like,
Kevin
okay,
earlier. By the
he'll
way, I
give you
can't
the
see
name
chat. I'm just
and
looking
the
at it now.
address, because I'm going to call them to double check, because I don't believe you, madame. She then says, stop being...
One second, Rooney. Open video URL, blah blah blah. What were you saying there? Okay, can you turn on stage collision somehow? Might let you practice the ledge cancels. Oh, maybe, yeah, maybe. I'm not sure if it'll just like fucking bug my vision though. Also, I'm like lagging like hell because I'm playing off of my laptop rather than the computer. Might try attempts on the computer later at some point. I was just gonna look at this on stream. What is it? Window capture. That's right. Yeah, yeah. It was like 34 minutes in, I think. I hate the way this does this. Like the time is like reverse. It was 34 minutes in. I got like a really nice thing. So the whole stream is 1 hour and 9. So uh, I don't like mathsing. How do I make this 34 minutes? I can't think. So 9 minutes. That's me here. Remainder. Something. Why am I not thinking right now? 34, okay, 25 minutes, so 25, 1 hour, 45-ish, probably around here. 35 minutes in. It's literally half the stream. Wait, how long is the stream? Oh, okay, I'm dumb. It's the exact half point. Okay, yeah, sure. Let me see if I can find it. Is this it?
So 35-minute.
Hmm. It's funny going back into the stream and seeing myself just do the fucking shit again. Um, I don't know if that was it. Oh, I should listen to the audio. Maybe I'll know.
She then goes on to say, like, look, if you find me to be
You
toxic
said you
and
were
all of this
watching the
awful
Yakuza
stuff,
Pri 8
like,
game
okay,
from
then,
Krikito.
you
Also,
shouldn't
are
be
you a
upset that
Maple
we're
main
not.
now?
That's like later on.
Why am I your buddy? Why am I your pal, huh? Tell me. I could tell you all day why you're my friend.
Wait, what? I actually have it here. Wait, I should have just showed you this one. Yeah. Okay, this makes more sense. Should have shown it from this POV. Oh, what does that actually show in OBS? I think it just showed. Yeah. Stream 70 minutes. Okay. Um, just here at some point, I got like a really good double seed. There. Oh my god, that was really fast. But I got one faster than that too. Oh, was that the exact one I'm thinking of? I think it is actually. That might be the exact one I was thinking of. So here, like throw a seed and then instantly turn around to do it again. I don't know how I did that. I want to get that in an actual run, dude. Like that's so fast compared to the usual. Like what am I doing? What am I doing there? I need to like slow it down, like analyze it, dude. Just go backwards. Do you see that? Am I crazy? Like I'm doing something there that's like I don't know what the fuck that is. But if I could get that consistently, it'd be really nice. I just don't know if I can get that consistently. It's a frame one pivot. Man. So do I literally have to land frame one pivot and then it cancels? Because like usually you can't do two seeds that fast. There's like a little bit of lag unless you ledge cancel it. Then you could do another one. But like it seems like pivoting bypasses the seed lag thing. Like, and am I ledge canceling it? I don't know. Do you see the way I do like a small? You can see the start with the dash as well. I do like a dash and then pivot immediately and throw. And this bit I actually do slowly as well. I lose like a couple milliseconds because I dash here. I'm supposed to just jump instantly rather than dash jump. But yeah, I can't help it. I guess I could try and practice this thing. So this fucking and where do I jump from? I like double jump instantly underneath the pretty much underneath it, like 2 blocks underneath the edge. And I'm so like flush with it. By the time I start my throw, like is this throw being cancelled by the landing? Like 1 frame of dashing forwards, turn around, instantly neutral. Oh man, I just I wish I could do that. Wish I could do that consistently. But yeah, let me put on the rivals again. Well, at least I got a kind of idea of what I have to do there. But yeah.
So fucking melodramatic. I seriously don't need this shit
I'll
right
do it for a
now.
little bit
There
more,
isn't
and then
anything they
I'm
can
gonna
give
go
me. I'll
get
be
food
fine
in
once
a
it
bit,
works its way through my
and then
system.
later might do
He
a
just
real
continues
stream
to press,
with Greg.
please, name of the doctors, location you want to, please.
I think that's the
I
plan.
know you sick.
Mike still
That's
hasn't
why I'm
arrived.
jandling this for
Really
you,
annoying,
and just need
but
to know
should be
which
this
doctor
week.
you went to.
Wait, I saw someone do a
can
tech
handle
demo
this
of this. Let me
properly.
try to find it.
This guy
Ooh, go
has
on.
so much steam
If
coming
you
out
could
of his
find
nose,
it,
it's
that'd really
clouding his
help,
eyes.
because then
He
maybe I
can't
could
even
like,
fucking type properly.
you know, practice it.
He's typing like a caveman. He's going full Neanderthal mode here. Like, what in the world is happening in his noodle? He's gonna start jandling this? That reminds me of jelking. Like, that was an old thing on the internet where you're supposed to, like, masturbate a certain way to elongate your wiener. Jandling feels like it's some kind of, like, sub-discipline of jelking. But anyway, she says, I don't need you to scream at the receptionist for no reason at all. Stop being ridiculous. I won't scream at anyone, just tell me the information. Skit K can handle this, please. If you don't provide it to me, it's because you're lying and didn't go to the doctors. There's nothing to handle. Just tell me the name of the
What does he
doctor
think
you
she's
saw.
doing, like?
This douchebag is making so many typos, it looks like he's trying to transcribe the scat man. Skibbity deep boop skibbity I can jandle. It's like ridiculous how crazy he's going because he's so angry. I don't know why he'd even think she's lying about this. He admits that he knows she is sick. So why would she lie about going to the doctor?
What is going on?
What the fuck thought process is that?
I'm listening to
I know
Critical
my
while
girlfriend
doing
is
target
sick,
test.
but it's
and try to
probably
break my
dick sickness.
PB,
She's probably hungry
which
for
is
cock and it's
you can ignore
causing
this
her
timer.
physical
They
pain.
apparently only
That's
count
probably
the
what it is.
in-game
She didn't go to
timer
the
at
doctor. She
speedrun.com.
went to a
But
penis appointment.
760
That's what it is.
at the
She's lying
moment.
to me
So I'm just
about
trying to
it.
get PB.
I knew it. It continues to just get out of control. She says, lol, I shouldn't have to prove to you anything. I'm sick, I have COVID. She's absolutely right. She doesn't have to prove anything.
If I could do better,
here.
that'd
She
be
doesn't
nice
need
too.
to try and like
Better than just a PB,
defeat
but
his
I think working on
delusions.
just a
That's
PB
not her
is my
responsibility
current
here.
play.
She's done nothing wrong. And he just continues. You're not proving anything to me, lol. There is medication for this. I know for a fact, as I know someone else who had COVID last week. There isn't, unless you're old as fuck or have an autoimmune
Hey Nate, if
disease
you
in
send
your
that
lungs and
thing,
shit.
just let me
Otherwise,
know.
you just, carry through
Also,
like
what was the
normal fucking
3 a.m.
virus.
Ireland
Yes,
stream?
there is. Let me call the dude.
Oh, 3 a.m.
or-
Ireland. That was just me and
I
Greg being
will
really
give you
drunk
proof.
around town.
Where did you go,
I was like
baby?
driving him around in a
That comes
trolley.
out of nowhere. After
We had a
all
traffic
of
cone.
this, he
pretty
hits her
fun.
with a "Where did you go, baby?"
Not a great stream though.
I can already
but like
just
it's
tell
fun
from
for
reading this
us.
shit, this guy is extraordinarily manipulative and a completely insufferable person to be around.
What's up to remember?
But anyway, she
I'm
goes,
usually
I
there.
went to a walk-in, and frankly, I'm
That was
not going
pretty
to allow
fast.
you to
I fell
cause a
off.
muck over nothing. I'm
I
going
fell
back
off
to
the-
bed. What walk-in clinic? If you don't tell me, I'm don't with you. Because I'm not a ducking idiot, and I know you're lying, haha. You have 3 minutes to get me the address to the walk-in clinic or else.
I know you're lying.
So now man's out here setting a time limit. He's dropping the ultimatum.
Yeah, that was
you
weird.
Give me the name,
Plus, it
and
was
I
muted
will
most
hunt
of the
him down.
time.
Out here like
Yeah,
Liam
I think it's
Neeson
because I
about to
dropped my
track them down with
phone
his
and
particular set of
Found
cringe
it.
skills.
Oh, you
I
found
guess
it? Nice.
his
Let me
thought
check it out.
process was he just wants to
I dropped my
confirm
phone and
that she actually
it
went to
doesn't
the
really
doctor,
record
'cause for some
audio
reason he
anymore,
doesn't
so
trust her
that's
even
mainly
slightly,
why.
even though they've been together for
Oh, that was
3
Turtle
years.
Food. Yo, what's up, Turtle Food?
I also
Yeah, I don't have a
imagine
second
if you called
monitor
him, he'd
today,
start
so I
yelling
can't
and
really
screaming and causing a big
I can't
hoopla,
see
'cause
chat
he
unless
seems
I
like
like
that
literally
kind
open
of
OBS.
unhinged, deranged lunatic that would
It's
do
a frame
shit like
perfect
that.
seed throw
But
into a
anyway,
frame perfect
the
pivot.
3 minutes to
Oh
get me
my
the address to the
god,
walk-in
no,
clinic or else.
dude.
That's
Wait,
it.
wait, I need to watch
Buy
this.
more chances for you.
Let me get this on the screen for the boys and girls. Where is she at? Is this it? Oh, it's not showing for some reason. 1 second. I just realized it's not showing anything on the screen. Alright, alright. Maple double seed throw. Oh! Okay. Wait a minute. I like this. No, I don't want to hear you. I just want to look at it and guess how to do it. This is interesting. This is interesting. Oh shit, I opened Discord back, so then let me close this shit. It's gonna lag my computer to fucking death. I'm gonna give this guy a like, unless it's patched out. If this is patched out, then I'm not liking it. Fucking close Discord, Jesus Christ. Fuck this. Close, please. Okay. Give this guy a like. This is from 4 months ago. This trick is frame perfect. Good to know, good to know. So just press B 6 frames before landing. So I'm apparently doing this, and then I'm pivoting at the same time. It seems to be what my strategy is.
Using their projectile attack. This is to prevent spamming.
Yeah.
Here, you can see that Maple's grounded neutral B has 13 frames of recovery until she is actionable.
Oh! You did a little how to do? Okay, let me read that shit instead. Man, this is laggy. Holy shit. Maybe I just need to lag my computer like enough so that when I do target tests, it's like a really slow motion. Oh, dude, this is just not opening. Dude, I can't fucking open OBS. It won't open. I think it might crash. I think it's gonna crash. Uh-oh. Yeah, I think my OBS is about to crash, dude. Everything's crashing. Jesus fucking Christ. Man, I really want to read what you said, Nate, but I can't fucking see the screen. Because my OBS is being stupid. Okay. I can read now, okay, and analyze this. Essentially, you have to have the first seed throw land at the first frame the seed comes out, and then do a frame one pivot to turn around for the other target test. I see. I get you. Oh, jeez. So it is just essentially doing it really, really low. You have to throw the first seed. You have to first seed throw, land at the first frame the seed comes out. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Makes sense, makes sense. That's gonna be rough. I'm gonna just watch this guy do it a couple times.
However,
But I get the
you can't put
concept.
another neutral B until frame 6 of idle. here, I pushed B early on the first frame of idle, and the game actually buffers the input and starts the move on frame 6 of idle, which is about 15 frames after being actionable. When Maple does her projectile in the air and lands, you actually skip these 13 recovery frames because you're not grounded, and only experience the normal 4 recovery frames of landing lag that happens when you land normally. Even still, you have to wait about 30 frames before you can throw another seed. So the projectile lockout seems to be determined by the start of the projectile and not when you become actionable.
It's funny how this like just doesn't matter at all in
Maple
real
bypasses
matches.
projectile lockout by executing a frame perfect seed throw such that she lands on the same frame as the projectile becomes active.
I see. So it's like at the end of the throw, like the actual throw animation, like the
Which
swing of the
keeps
arm.
the game into not incurring this projectile lockout penalty.
Oh, this is gonna be fucking impossible. I'm gonna keep doing it, so that seems to be the strat. Yeah, at the lowest possible point. So you 2 frame perfect inputs. I've done it more than once though, like by accident. So I was essentially right when I was saying that like it's just fucking luck if I get it or not. I kind of like that though, dude, because that means it's hard to replicate,
He
like
says,
for other
fine, be
people.
done with me because I don't want you
I'm gonna
yelling
try
at someone
that.
for no fucking
Why
reason.
Maple out of all
He says,
characters?
no one's going to get yelled at. You're just nothing but a liar and
She's just
KN
fun.
Jot a fucking idiot.
I don't know.
I wouldn't
She's
have
fun,
even
fast to
called
use,
them, but everything
and
I
she's
said
my
is a lie,
secondary as well.
and you
So
think I'm an idiot, and you can
that was
fool
the
me.
initial
Anyway,
reason. She's
joke's
my
on you.
secondary.
Enjoy.
So
Hope it was worth it, kid. His use.
I'm gonna stop listening to Critical for a little bit. I'm gonna listen to music instead. Just tested in training mode with frame advance, and yeah, you can still get the pivot. Nice. So it is possible in theory to do this. Okay, that's good to know. And I think I save a lot of time doing that, because if I don't get the ledge cancel, it's like just turning around normally, and I'm still locked into those frames. And even when I get the ledge cancel, it's so finicky to get back onto the ledge. So yeah. This is probably the fastest way I could do that double seed thing. So just gonna try and do that a bunch of times. Who knows? Maybe I'll get it. Nah. I have to really like throw it late. I could try and do it forwards without the pivot first. It'd be nice if I could get a consistent setup for timing. Ooh, got it! Just got it there. Ha! I just got it again. Well, on the wrong platform. Got it, nice. Nice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 3 times in a row there.
Bro, you're making me feel inadequate how fast you're getting these LOL.
Man, it's all just luck, I'm not gonna lie. But if I could just find a consistent setup for it, it'd really help. I might try this on the other PC as well later. Oh, I wish I had more time to practice. Fucking hell. The fucking training mode only being 2 minutes is so annoying. Like, give us 10 minutes to do that shit. Yeah. No, this is definitely the route for me anyway. I'm just gonna quickly show you what the actual world record route is that all the top 3 use. I just don't like it because I didn't make it up. So they like do it down, like I think it's a double jump down air here. They land onto this, jab F tilt to get this area, and then I believe they do like a wall jump wave bounce, or it could just be like, it might not even be a wall jump. I think they just do this. I think they just do jump back seed, land up here, and then maybe landing there, or is it landing back air when you're up here? Back air, down air, nair, hit full, down air, and then just the same as my version at the end. I used to go along the top as well, but it was a slower route I used to do. But yeah, that's the official. Those are the records anyway. They're all like that. Just need to remember to press it really late. There you go. I do like that I'm getting it more than I thought I would, though. That gives me promise.
I think yours might be faster but more awkward to do.
Yeah, I think it is faster. Like, if I do everything perfectly. Like, this. When I hit this one, I think I can hit full it. I just fast full, but I think I can hit full it to get down faster. And if I get the perfect, like, slip up here, it's super fast. You just go flying. And it's a perfect height to hit this, like, here. Like that. I don't actually have to go that high. When I'm going slowly, I kind of just do a high one or like full until it gets the correct spacing. But if I do it perfectly, I just do it while moving. And I'll be honest, I kind of like that mine is just more, I don't know. It definitely is harder. But there's just more going on it. And it's not just all down airs. So I think it's more fun, personally. Also a bit more lucky. I think the other issue I'm going to get a lot, though, is when I'm going for this pivot, considering it's one frame, I'm going to be doing a lot of side Bs by accident.
Watching Derek play these makes me think I'm such a worse player than them LMAO. I can't even get sub 20 on first burns like.
Force burns is so annoying, though. I don't blame you. I don't think I could do force burns. I just think, I don't know, maypul feels really fun, and it's like a really quick one. I'll try some others once I get a PB on this. If I get a PB on maypul, I'm gonna move on to like a Loxodon probably. Nice. 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 3 in a row, that wasn't too bad. I wonder if there's a way to, like, I wonder if AB Smash exists in this. Because, like, in Smash, you could do that like, single, frame, turning, like, you could do a single, like, frame of left or right if you're holding AB Smash and then press the, C-stick. I wonder if you could do that in this game.
Still, you got that dog and do inputs so much better. I legit doubt I could get a sub 10 in 10 HRS on maypul's like.
I think you could, especially if you do like the official strat, because it's way less intensive, I think. Ah. Alright, I'm very happy
I think I'm like a full second behind the Claren WR attempt.
That's, in my opinion, still good. I think like, I'm basically a second behind. I'm like, Yeah, like 9. Is it 90 milliseconds? Is that what that is? I don't know what that figure is. I actually don't know what a millisecond is. But anyway, I'm just like basically just under a second slower than world record, and I'm still like.
This is truly the one game genre you're better than me at.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna have to. No, I need to see if he's saying this. 1 second. Oh, turtle food. You know what? I can't even disagree. Turtle food. I'm not gonna lie. You are definitely just. See, depending on who said
the
that.
clearance one is so boring though.
Oh, is it? That's unfortunate. Yeah, I feel bad for you and fucking Greg, considering you guys have to do that fucking. It's either boring or just awkward, like Force Burns. But yeah, turtle food. I wholeheartedly agree that you basically beat me in every game. But this
is a millisecond
mine.
then. Each millisecond is 1/100th of a second.
Okay. A millisecond is 100th. A millisecond? Bro. Wait, what? What the hell's a millisecond? Is Dr. Mario just Tetris? No. It's not Tetris. Also, I'd beat you in Tetris. I'd beat you in Tetris. Did we play one time and it was like lagging or something? I can't remember what it was. I know you beat me technically. I remember that. I vaguely remember that. Was that like 2 days ago or something? Can't remember. Force Run would be so much better if they gave you the full burst at the start, to be honest. No, I beat you.
You just can't use any of their kit in Furs Burns.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Turtle Food. You're saying you beat me. Did I say the opposite way by accident? My bad. You beat me, but like, you know, we all know that didn't count. We played one time, but Greg was messing with you. That was yesterday. That was yesterday? Man, I have just no fucking memory of anything, dude. That's so bad. That's so bad. I'm gonna do this for a couple more minutes and then go to Tesco to get food, and then we could do a normal stream later on the computer. I'll just do like 3 more actual attempts. If they're slow, they're slow. Just to get some muscle memory. Remember low, do it low. I can't even reach it now. Oh, I really thought that would be it.
Just try the first one there. What is the hogwash?
You tried the first one? Oh, the fours one. Yeah, TTS can't like comprehend like these words. What is a hogwash? It's just, I feel like it's not a fun route. There's too much like backtracking to the same places rather than doing like a smooth motion, if you get what I mean. I think that's what makes a target Tesla fun.
One. Damn TDS freaking.
Yeah, no, TDS is being crazy. I just realized as well, I'm not trying to do seed, I'm trying to pivot. So it should be practically the that motion as well. Like just to pivot by itself, even without the second seed. Man, if I ever get this, it's gonna be a fucking miracle.
Oh damn, I'm only 0.4 seconds of the Clarin WR might start grinding.
Ooh! That'd be really sick if you could get that, Nate. Let's just make all the fucking world records Irish. Okay, I got the pivot that turn, but it wasn't the, unfortunately, it wasn't the, cancelled one. Got the pivot again, nice. So I'm practicing two things now. Practicing whether I can get the pivot, which is kind of hard. Getting the pivot without doing an initial oh, I think I got there. And then also practicing the really late seed so I get rid of the lag. Okay. I'm gonna go get food, so normal stream later on today, I'd say. Probably like an hour or something. I'll practice some more target tests at a later time. But yeah, I think I made some progress there, which is nice. See you guys in an hour or so. Just gonna get like an oven pizza. But yeah, see you.